Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite aspiring revolutionary here, a wandering author, reminding you that we are all the authors of our own lives. As always, my message remains the same. Spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. Today, we are in Short Springs State Natural Area, which is a freely accessible park on the southeastern side of Nashville, not within the city limits, probably around an hour outside of it. So, we are mobile again. And I believe we may be able to actually hit both of our targets this summer, on schedule, although slightly delayed. Michigan first, and then Maine next month. So, I think now we've gone through all the different virtue ethics that the Roman and Greek Stoics espoused. Talked about those, temperance, justice, equanimity, and courage. And now I'm going to talk about the Greek concept of the soul. So, obviously most people realize that the most common Western spiritual text is the Holy Bible, which was originally written, depending on the Old or New Testament, either in Hebrew or Koine Greek. Now, the Greeks actually translated three separate words that were popular as soul and spirit. Anima, Psuche, and Pneuma. And in the Bible, they often get the same word, either spirit, soul, or mind, but they actually have slightly different connotations. This dates back to Aristotle's treatise on the nature of the soul, De Anima, in Latin, where he breaks down the animating principle, anima, into three different components: the vegetative, the animal, and the rational aspect of the soul. So the rational aspect is what separates humanity from man, look at that, that's very beautiful. It's what separates humanity from the rest of the plant and animal kingdoms. So animals have a vegetative soul, and that's what lets them be alive, but they can't move like animals, and then mankind can think. Now, the Roman physician Galen kind of further developed it with his subdivisions of the pneuma. The pneuma physicon, psychikon, and zotikon, which kind of roughly correspond to the same topics that Aristotle was discussing, but the psuche is often found in the Bible, but for the Greeks and Aristotle, this right here is the immortal aspect of our nature. Now, Carl Jung was another very famous early 19th century philosopher. I think 19th century. The 1900s or 1800s. And he featured the anima and animus in Jungian psychology, roughly based on these same concepts, but for him, the way he expressed it was that it's our unconscious and authentic self. So we often hesitate to do things we like or want to do. Cultural conditioning suffocates authenticity, leaving almost everybody an identical husk. Unwinding these repressive chains is crucial to cultivating a sense of fulfillment in your life. As you continue fully expressing yourself, the weight heft upon you by society becomes lighter. So, start living and stop spending. That last part is something that I wrote. But the heart of the matter remains the same. If you want to feel fulfillment, which is different from happiness or pleasure, which are dopamine related and serotonin related respectively, fulfillment requires a sense of purpose and meaning in your life. And often, society does not value those types of things because you can't really attach a dollar sign to meaning or purpose. But that's really the most important thing you need to focus on as you go through life. And if you lose sight of your purpose or meaning, your why, is how we would say it on the doors, it becomes very hard to do even basic things. But what always kept me going whenever I was knocking on doors, because I was not like a avid door knocker. I actually was basically borderline autistic growing up. I spent too much time playing video games in my room by myself, right? So knocking on doors was very out of my character, comfort zone. Anyways, I just thought to myself and realized that ultimately everybody is the same. We're all human. Some people are born into different circumstances than other people, but at the end of the day, if somebody else can do something, that means you can too. You may just have to put in some work, which is going to need, you're going to have to display some courage. You're going to have to display some virtue. Anyways, as always, this is Wandering Author, reminding you that we are all the authors of our own lives, coming at you from Short Spring State Natural Area in southeastern Tennessee, heading northbound. And spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. What are you guys doing in order to inspire, uplift, and empower your local communities today? Because this world isn't changing unless we all do our part, and you can count on me to do mine daily. Anyways, until next time, I love y'all.